Good morning. My name's Skylar.
I'm Akili.
And I'm Damien.
As you may have noticed, all of us are here on screen because, unfortunately, it is the last Wednesday that Eagle Media will be providing the news to the school.
But today's wonder is, how do you solve the fish riddle?
You probably don't know what we're talking about by fish riddle. So watch this quick clip to find out.
Video.
You are the cargo director on the maiden voyage of the SS Buoyant, and you've agreed to transport several tanks containing the last specimens of a critically endangered fish species to their new aquarium. Unfortunately, as you're passing through shark-infested waters, the boat is battered by a fierce storm, throwing your precious cargo overboard. And to make matters worse, no one seems certain just how many fish tanks are missing. Fortunately, you have a rescue sub at your disposal, but only enough fuel for one trip to the ocean floor. You need to know where the tanks are so you can gather them all in one quick pass. Not a single fish can be lost. You decide to scan the 3 sectors of the ocean floor where the cargo could have landed. Thermal imaging shows 50 organisms in the area, and you quickly realize that that number includes both your fish and some ravenous sharks. You flip on the sonar to get a better look. The image for Sector Alpha shows 4 tanks and 2 sharks. The image for Sector Beta shows 2 tanks and 4 sharks. And the image for Sector Gamma is blank. Your sonar has malfunctioned, and you're going to have to go with the info you have. You check the shipping notes, but all you learn is that each tank had the same number of fish inside. The cargo hold had space for anywhere from 1 to 13 total tanks. And finally, the old captain tells you that this area has the odd property that no 2 sectors can have the same number of sharks. But every sector will have at least 1 and no more than 7. There's no time to waste. The tanks won't withstand the pressure much longer. As you descend in the sub, you review everything you know. How many fish tanks do you need to find in Sector Gamma? Hurry, the fate of an entire species depends on you. At first, it seems like there are just too many missing pieces of information. After all, you don't know how many fish or how many tanks there are, let alone how many fish are in each one. But then you remember the best way to compare multiple pieces of partial information: a table. Since we know there are 13 tanks at most, and we already see 6 tanks in Sectors Alpha and Beta, we know the total number of tanks must be between 6 and 13. We also know that each sector has a different amount of sharks, with no more than 7 in each one. Since there are 2 in Sector Alpha and 4 in Sector Beta, Sector Gamma can have 1, 3, 5, 6, or 7 sharks. What about the number of endangered fish? Out of the 50 total organisms in all 3 sectors, we know at least 7 are sharks, leaving a maximum of 43 fish inside all the tanks. And the more sharks we find in Sector 3, the fewer fish there are to save. Now, remember that the fish are equally distributed across all the tanks. Why is that important? Because it means that one of the possible values for the total amount of fish must be divisible by one of the possible values for the total amount of tanks. And looking at the table, we can see that the only combination that works is 39 fish divided between 13 tanks, with 3 fish in each. With sharks swarming around, you quickly pilot the sub through the first 2 sectors before retrieving the remaining 7 tanks in Sector Gamma. You've saved the species and taken an impromptu dive. All in all, not a bad day, unless you happen to be a hungry shark.
dudes. I was so close to getting it.
Well, here's another riddle, but it is a bit simpler than the other one.
Pretend you are 4 years old and your sister is half your age. How old is your sister when you are 100 years old? Your sister would be 98 because she is 2 years younger than you.
What? In case you didn't get that one either. Here's another riddle. 3 doctors said that Robert was their brother. Robert said he had no brothers. Who's lying?
Ooh, I know this one. It is Robert because the argument is 3 against 1.
Let's get ready for mindful breathing. We will be doing ranch breathing again.
Okay. Grab your ranch. So when you squeeze, you're gonna Yes, when you squeeze, you're gonna breathe in, and when you loose in, then you're gonna breathe out. Okay. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Release. One more time. Squeeze. Release. That's it for our very last Wednesday with Positive Eagle Media. Don't forget to have an amazing A-Day. And of course, soar higher.
I want ranch.
What? That's a lot of money.
Whatever.
Mic drop. It's Wednesday, my dudes.